Okay. Right, good morning everyone. So I'm covering for Scott, who's on holiday at the moment. So I'll be leading in your Yin Yoga practice today. I'm a Hatha Yoga trained teacher and I'm about halfway through my Yin Yoga training course. So I don't know everything. In fact, there's loads I don't know, but I'm happy to be teaching you today. Okay, so in case you haven't done Yin Yoga much or before, it's very different from Hatha Yoga. In Yin Yoga, we work into the deeper layer of the body, the ligaments, the fascia layer, and the bones. And we do this by putting a gentle but elongated stress within the pose to reach down into that deeper layer, and in doing that we're flushing through, we're hydrating the fascia, the ligaments, and giving the bones a little bit of gentle stress, which will help to strengthen them. Does anyone have any injuries before I start? Okay, good news. All right, so if you'd like, so we're going to start standing up. Not just stand up. Okay, so we're going to start with just gently connecting in with our breathing. So just hip width apart, hands on your belly, and closing the eyes. Gently breathing in through the nose, and then out through the mouth with pursed lips. Two or three deep breaths. In and out. Just connecting to how you're feeling today. Notice if there's anywhere in the body that needs a little bit of attention. Are we feeling stressed anywhere, any area? Without trying to change it or judge it, or even let go of it, just noticing it. And then dropping the hands to the side and open the eyes. Can I check again? Is the sound okay? Thumbs up? Okay, great. Good. All right, so we're going to just start with just having a little gentle shake. This starts to loosen up the internal composition. Just a gentle shake. Just staying to the sides, so just loosening the knees and then maybe make it a little bit more. Shaking is wonderful for our body. It encourages the collagen to rebuild, eases stress, gently warms up the body. You might even want to shake a little bit more, maybe rocking from side to side, maybe gently turning the head, even making some sounds, relaxing the jaw, and coming back to stillness and gently placing the hands on the belly again, just noticing how the energy is lifted or changed. And then dropping down again. Just noticing how you're feeling. And our first posture, so we're going to open to the hips today. So our first posture, if you come to the ground, just adjust my camera, you can see me. We're going to be doing We're going to be working into the hips. We'll start working into the outer hips, so straddle. So hopefully you have some props, at least a cushion. If you don't, if you can grab something, or it could be a folded blanket, it's also quite nice just to elevate. And if you have any bricks, they're quite nice to have to hand. I did send out a video. There's all kinds of things you can use. You can even use things like cans of tomatoes, this is for under the knees. Or if you have some uniform books, you can get those and wrap them in a towel. So I'm going to be sitting up, and just bring your legs as wide as feels comfortable. Depends on your hip flexibility. Mine's not particularly great. Other teachers, they sort of open their legs wide and flop on the floor. I'm not don't have that option available. And I'm going to put something under my knees as well. So just settle in, and we're going to very slowly start to roll down. Just walking the hands, so really curving the spine, letting the neck drop, and just walking down, and just as far as enough to feel that tensile stress in the hip area. You might also feel it in your hamstrings, or perhaps you don't feel very mobile yet. It is quite early in the morning for most of us. And just rest your hands on the floor and find what we call in Yin our edge, our first edge. So we're not pushing too far. Just for the first minute, we really want to send that signal to our muscles to relax, so that we can let that tensile stress. You might feel it on the inner line of the legs or the back of the legs, travelling towards the hip area as we start to allow the body to open, responding to the signals that we're receiving from the body. In Yin, we hold the postures for usually about 2 or 3 minutes. First minute we work with our first edge, and as we notice our muscles are relaxing, we might find we can go a little bit deeper. You might want to have your hands on the floor or on a block. Even if you can't curve your spine very much or even at all, you can even sit fairly upright and still feel that working into the hip area. Too much, if you feel like you have any sort of strong sensation at any time during Yin, back off. It should feel challenging but still comfortable enough to hold it. And back to your breath, inhaling, sand in the belly, and then exhaling through the mouth. Letting go. And preparing to come out shortly, so let's just take a couple more deep breaths first. In and out. Going to come up very slowly. Walking the hands up and bringing the legs together. Off the bricks if you have those. And just sitting back in a relaxed pose for the rebound. So just like any exercise regime, you might notice where you, for example, you're working the muscles, you work them, you stress them, and then you allow them to recover, and that's where the rebuilding, the strengthening really happens. And now we'll go to our second posture, which is half butterfly. So it looks like this. I'll just show you briefly. So we're extending one leg straight and the other leg is bent like this. And we're going to go down onto the floor. You might want to have a block under your knee. You might want to have a block in front of you to rest on, at least at first. And then as you sink down, you might feel you can go down deeper. So let's get started. So prepare. So extend your leg out to the side. You should already feel a nice stretch on the inner thigh, and bend the other leg into the butterfly pose, and put a towel or a brick under that knee if it needs supporting. And then again, start to roll down, rolling down until you find your first edge, what feels comfortable. I think I'm going to rest on blocks to start with. The reason why we use blocks, I'm going to place a blanket under my knee as well. The reason why we use all these props is because what we want is for the muscles to relax, and to do that we have to reduce or minimise the work they do. So we use the props so that they enable more of the skeleton and the bones to take the weight rather than the muscles holding it up. Taking nice deep breaths in and out. Maybe you're ready to come down a little bit more. You should be bending down over the midline. It's not like there's a yoga pose where you might be turning towards the outstretched leg. That's not what we're doing here. We're working towards that tensile stress in that outstretched leg. At the same time, we've got compression going on in our belly and even in the bent leg to a certain extent. Dropping our head further, doing a beautiful secondary stress in the spine, the lower back, maybe even coming up to the cervical spine, the neck, eyes closed. You feel into what feels like the right expression of this posture for you today. We make our own shapes without performing, simply allowing our body to direct us and show where we want to go. Nice, long, deep breath. Inhale. And then very slowly start to walk up with the hands. Coming up, the eyes open. Just come again to that rebound. Just bring the legs together. You might want to give them a rub or a gentle rocking side to side. And a moment of stillness. I'm prepared to do the other side now. I think I'm going to sit on my cushion, just elevate my hips a little bit to this side. And bending the leg that was straight before, we bend it. I'll show you the block. It's ready. So again, start to roll down, starting with nodding the head, lifting the shoulders, relax, and down. Walking forward, over the midline. Finding your first edge, this half butterfly. Allowing relaxation. Using the props to get fully comfortable. Maybe you might want to have your hands with the back of the hands on the floor. Moving into the belly. And then maybe now you're ready to go a little bit deeper, maybe remove the block or both, allowing the body to come a little bit further, noticing how that's working into the inner leg, into the groin, and up from the lower back as it curves down. You can always back off if it's feeling too much. Keep breathing. One more breath. And preparing to come up. Walking out. And sitting up again, bringing the legs together. Maybe this time we'll go back into what you might call beach pose, imagining you're on the beach. Quite nice to have the hands close together at the back. You want a nice stretch in the chest, starting to open the heart, open the throat. So we're going to come into Sphinx pose now. So we'll do the other side. We've been working with the outer line, and now we're going to work with the inner line in Sphinx. If you're with me yesterday, some of you were. We did this yesterday. So, let me show you Sphinx pose. You may or may not props if you have bolsters. It can be quite nice to have in Sphinx as an alternative. On that round. Lovely new yoga mat. It's very heavy. Okay, so in Sphinx, let me just show you before you get into it. So you'll know this from other yoga practices. Make sure your shoulder is underneath the elbow, they're in line. I like to have my hands quite close together to give a sort of rounded back, but you can have them in any position that feels right for you. Now if we've got compression going on in our lower back, if that's a bit strong for you, you could, if you've got a bolster, You could lie on your bolster, or if not, you don't need to lie, and you could just fold your hands and put your forehead here, which is where we'll come for our rebound. And in the rebound, we'll also put our knee to one side. And the knees around that. So, ready? Come into your Sphinx position. Your feet can be as wide or as narrow as feels comfortable for you. You can have your hands flat, palms down on the floor, or you can have the really namaste prayer. Your elbows quite close together, perhaps. I'll feel into that. Letting the hips drop, sinking the pelvis into the floor. For the whole front line of the body dropping down onto the earth. The front from the belly up is curving up, opening the heart. You can either hold your head up so it's in line with the spine, or you can also try dropping the head to give another stretch to that neck, compressing the throat and stretching the back of the neck. Always play with the postures and see how it feels. It's quite a lot of fidgety around, I find, at the beginning. So I'm learning new postures. It takes some time to find which is right for me. Using bolsters and blocks and cushions and blankets. As you breathe, as you inhale, let the belly expand, press into the floor. There's a comforting, grounding effect. A little bit more out of this posture. What you can do is you can bend your legs, so raising the feet off the floor, and then putting the feet together in a kind of namaste position as well, so the soles, see how wide your legs are apart. Soles of the feet onto the floor. Oh, sorry, soles of the feet together. You might feel a little bit more stretch in the lower back. Again, if it's too much, come out. There's another option here which I won't demonstrate because I don't feel it's good for me, but you can also go into what's called seal, which is where the arms are straight. It's quite strong. I feel it's enough, firstly, just to bend my legs and have my feet raised. That just gave a little bit deeper sense of compression in the lower back. What I really love about Yin is it just gives time just to deeply relax and center. It's a beautiful exercise way because you're nourishing the body, nourishing the joints, the fascia, strengthening the bones. And yet also there's this wonderful stillness. The term yin comes from the Taoist term yin and yang. And our lifestyles are very yang, especially in our corporate worlds. Strength, assertive, heat, and the yin side is the opposite, it's receiving, soft, gentle. In Chinese, the yin and yang, the yang means the sunny side of the hill, and the yin means the shadow side. And if you're familiar with the Tao symbol, yin and yang, it's that black and white symbol. You see that together it makes one whole. And there's a little dot of each colour on each opposite side, indicating how there's some yang in yin and some yin and yang. Anyway, I've gone on a bit too long there, so please bring your feet down if they were up, and gently come down to that rebound pose I just showed you. So put your hands, fold your one forearm on top of another, rest your forehead. If you feel you want to release that lower back a little bit, bring one knee to the side and bring your head facing that same side but the knees bent. Just rest down. This time letting, when you're breathing, instead of breathing the belly into the mat, think about breathing into the lower back. Letting the lower back expand rather than the belly. Just visualise it if it's not sitting down. Beautiful to start our day like this, restful. Okay, now using your hands, put your hands onto your shoulders to push yourself up. I'm going to do the banana pose, which will stretch out our sidelines, and I'll just do this standing up like I did yesterday. So just actually, you might be able to see me on that now. So what this looks like, I'll just show you. We clasp our hands together, make a cradle, and then we're going to walk our feet to one side, our body to one side, and either put your leg out, or once you've rested for a while in the first edge, you might want to try crossing your feet over one. Can go either way. So come with me. So just lying straight down, straight line, interlacing your hands, put them under your head, making a cradle for your head, and just start to scoot your upper body over to the side. So let's say right side, we'll do the same side, it might make it easier. Just bringing the back down, resting to the mat. And then start to walk the heels along the floor. Don't cross the ankles just for now, just again allow the body to roll back down so you're flat on the mat. You should feel a nice strong stretch in your left hip and all along the outside, the left side, and compression in the right side. Just close the eyes and see how that feels. Resting into your first edge. Going on a little bit more, you could experiment, maybe cross the right over the left ankle. It's not so strong, it just locks it in place. If that's not enough for you, you might feel like you want a little more, then do it the other way around, the left over the right. I'm personally happy with this, what I've got now. Letting the whole body sink down into the floor. And now we're coming out, so uncross those ankles if they were crossed and start to walk the heels back straight. Bring the upper body back to straight and bring the arms down for a moment to rebound and bring your feet up onto the mat. Maybe rocking the pelvis up and down gently. And then stillness. Coming back down to a straight line, bringing those interlaced fingers to make a cradle again, and start to walk over to the left side. And walking the heels over to the left side as well now. One side might feel quite different from the other. Our own body anatomy is completely unique to us, and also even each side is unique. Even each day we might feel different. Sinking down into the earth. Well, if you want to, find crossing one ankle over the other. But this time I feel I had a little bit more available in this side, so I'm going to cross my right heel ankle over my left. If you want the same as like the other side, then cross your left over your right. I'm just resting here for a moment. Allowing the upper back to rest into the floor. The hips to rest into the floor. Sacrum rooting down. Breathing into the belly, allow it to expand and soften. You can move the head so you look into that left side as well. Another little stretch in the outer side of the neck. The yin works with the compression on the one side and tensile stress on the other side. Even yin will have in and down. Opposites coming together perfectly to receive the whole, the one, the balance. I'm prepared to come out, so now I'm crossing the ankles if they were, walking the heels back up to the centre line, walking the upper body back to the centre line, bringing the hands down, and bringing the feet to the mat as you bend the legs. And this time, bring the knees towards the body, holding them gently. Allowing the sacrum, tailbone just to sink in. And now we have time for a short relaxation. Hopefully this is all very relaxing, but nevertheless it's good to have a shavasana at the end of our yoga. So bringing the heels back down, and you can, if you need a covering to keep warm, get it now. Otherwise letting the feet be wide. Letting the hands, you can have your hands out away from the body. You might even want to take a star pose. Actually having the arms above the headline, they're on the floor, but reaching out, maybe reaching the legs out further, making star position. Eyes closed, resting down. Short body scan, starting with the toes, pinch to the toes, resting into the feet, feet are resting into the ankles, ankles resting into the lower leg, lower leg resting into the upper leg. Glutes melting down, hips heavy on the floor, lower back, middle back, upper back, shoulders, fully supported. Bring your attention to your fingers, fingers relaxed, resting into your hands, arms, resting into the lower arm resting into the upper arm. And coming back now, attention to your belly, soft, relaxed, heart, relaxed, resting, open, throat is open, skull resting on the floor, facial muscles soft, jaw relaxed, whole body heavy onto the floor. And so just a short shavasana. Start to wriggle your toes and bringing the feet onto the mat, bending the legs, ready to go into fetal position on one side. Making a pillow with your hands. Just rest here for another moment. Thanking yourself for giving time to nourish your body and your mind. Now pressing one hand into the floor, coming up into a comfortable position, ready to close the practice. Keep the eyes closed just for another moment to honour yourself, honour your own presence, and putting hands together on the heart, bowing the head, gently opening the eyes, and looking up. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Wish you a wonderful day. Hope you enjoyed your practice. Thank you. If you'd like to come off mute, have to have any feedback that you might have.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
I hope you could
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.
Sarah.
Hear me okay?
Yep.
I'll stretch my boobs there. Yeah. How was that for everyone?
Relaxing.
So relaxing.
Good,
Good, thank you. Nice start to the day.
great. Okay.
Have a good day.
Jamie.
Thanks, Sarah.
Okay.
Have a good day and weekend.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye, everyone. Thanks,
Bye.
Sarah.
Bye.
Bye.